In this video, we're going to cover the concept of a matrix and then also how to set it up in T6. I'm quite sure that most of you have seen these little spreadsheet things where you set up your pricing. They're out on the web, or you may have even done one yourself. It's basically where you're saying, you know, if you get this many shirts and you get this many colors on it, it's going to charge you this much to put that on to the shirt. And this is in a spreadsheet. This is basically exactly what a matrix is when you're using a matrix in a program like ShopCal T6. So what we're going to do, we're going to go here and we're going to bring up T6 in the matrix. Now, I've gone ahead and set up the top of this up here, just with the exact same figures that we have in that spreadsheet, which was a spreadsheet for pricing that we used when we ran contract back in 2011. So I went ahead and keyed that in exactly here. And right now the matrix is set to price colors on whites or lights in the top and then colors on darks in the bottom. We're going to go ahead and change that in this one to where we want to use additional locations. So we're going to tick this button, and you'll notice that the labeling changes for first print location and additional print locations. Now, on this one here, I'm not going to increase or decrease the values in this bottom. I'm going to have it copy it straight down. So what I'm basically going to do is come over where it's got copy down and increase by in either one of these, either the dollar amount or the percentage. And if you wanted to decrease the number, let's say you were going to charge a little bit less for additional locations, you could put just a minus value in this to do it. But for this example, we're just going to copy it straight down. So we're going to click the go here, and it copied exactly what we had up here down to the bottom. So we've got this part of it set up. The next thing we want to do is make sure that we're using the same type of setup that we were using over in the garment catalog. In the garment catalog, in the example video that I did there, we were using margin. So we have it set. You'll see right here it says margin. If we were using markup, we would tick this use markup. But we're not. We're going to use it as margin here. The next thing that we need to double check in here for the screen printing is in-house decorating. Now what that means is that we only want these additional margin values applied to the garment, not to the prices that we have in here, because this is exactly what we're going to charge the customer. If we were having a contract printer print for us and we put their prices in here, then naturally you would want to mark those up a little bit. But in this case, this is what we're going to charge the customer. So we're just going to go ahead and tick the use in-house right there, excuse me. And so we've got that. So to kind of explain what's going on here, if you remember over in the garment one, we had the option of marking, doing what's called a markup, base markup over there, which was a minimum that we were going to charge to a customer. Now, whatever that value was in there on the base markup, then we're coming over here and we're going down the quantities. And if they get, here in the 24 to 35 quantity range, we're telling it here that we want it to add an additional 50% margin to whatever that value was in the base cost to customers in the product catalog. So it's going to add that to there. So you need to be aware that it's going to add whatever was in that one to this one. And we're going to click back over here just a minute. We're going to go to the garment catalog. Let's just pop down here to the PC61. And right here we have the, say $2.11, because we're adding 20%, I need to change that to margins here because I've been messing with it. But anyway, we got $2.20 to use as margin. So we're going to start with that if we were doing a white shirt. And when we come over here, we're going to add another 50% margin to it. So be aware that it will mark this up in 2 locations. And if you don't want to do that, you only want to mark it up in one place, set these to 0 here. And then in the matrix, go ahead and do the markup over here, or the margin increase over here. The one thing, and I need to change this because that needs to be 99. The maximum you can do in a margin is 99%. And just kind of explain that, 99% margin is equal to 9,900% markup. So just remember that. The maximum, if you're using margin, maximum you use 99%. 50% is equal to 100% markup. So you've got that reference chart right here you can look at in case you're not sure what it is. That's basically it for this video. We'll cover some of the other matrices in the next videos coming up.